Okay. Now, when the break happened, some people were chit-chatting. Shrey will come for 10 minutes. He will bore the audience. But let me tell you, it's 20 minutes, not 10. All right. So, the title of today's session is something that I will reveal in a while. But give me a loud cheer. How many of you want to become a good public speaker? Come on. Make some noise. Make some noise. All right. All of you. Now, how many of you play cricket? Okay. How many of you know acting? Okay, some of you. How many of you know how to sing and bathroom singing counts? Come on. Okay. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between you playing cricket versus Virat Kohli playing cricket? What's the difference between you doing an act versus Shah Rukh Khan doing an act? And what's the difference between you singing versus Neha Kakkar singing? The difference is they perform. All the people which I just mentioned, they perform. That brings me to the question that why are we so obsessed in becoming a good public speaker? Can you please turn on the lights? Why are we so obsessed in becoming a good speaker and not a performer? So ladies and gentlemen, that is why I thought that today's session should be about how you should prepare yourself to become a performer and not a speaker. So are we ready? Are we excited? Yes. Okay, now there are 3 secrets to become a great stage performer. And no. I really wanted to tell you those 3 secrets, but something happened when I came. Something happened when I came to this meeting, and those 3 secrets were in an envelope, which were stolen. And now it is our collective responsibility to find those thieves who have stolen those 3 envelopes that have those 3 secrets. So what we'll be doing, we'll be playing a thief hunt today, and we'll try to find those 3 secrets which is with the 3 thieves in the audience. So are we ready to play the thief hunt? Are we ready? See, everything in life we have to explore and find ourselves, okay? No one gives you on the platter. So today, we will find those 3 secrets which are there. All right, so I am the police commissioner, and the people on my right are very talented and very capable police officers. The people on my left are civilians, and the 3 thieves are among these people who are sitting on my left. So what you have to do is, that people on my right, could you please stand for a while? Come on, please stand. So, you are very talented police officers. You have to be in a gun position. Come on. Show me your guns. Not that one. All right, come on, gun positions, everybody. So what you have to do is, the civilians who are on the left, they'll start walking, and you have to point at those people and say, hands up. Now, if you're not the thief, you can say namaste, and they'll leave you. Okay. Now, the thief can say namaste only 2 times, and when the 3rd time he or she gets caught, they will say, I surrender. And the police officers who catch those thieves, they have to bring them on stage with those envelopes. Are the rules clear? Yes. So people on my left who are the civilians, come on, start walking in the room. Come on, start walking. about that ice-breaking activity. And I won't be revealing these secrets right now. I will start revealing these secrets as we progress to our session. Everyone, please be seated. Please be seated. All right, you are like, a lot of hard work has been done by us. Yes, thank you so much. We have the third one too. All right, so I have divided the entire structure, the entire session in 3 sections. The first section is about message selection. How do we select the message for our speech? The second is directing CID. We'll come to that. And then uncovering the 3 secrets of becoming a great stage performer. So starting with the first section. How many of you struggle to finalize the message of your speech? Come on, raise your hands, raise your hands. A lot of you. Okay, people who absolutely don't have any issue in selecting the message of the speech. Wow, just 3, 4, 5, 6 people. So when I joined Toastmasters a few years back, even I had a lot of problems in selecting the right message. And in a similar training session, a technique was told to me, and till date, I use that technique. And I will be sharing that technique with all of you. So the formula to that is the parent-kid advice activity. Come on, repeat after me, the parent-kid advice activity. So what you have to do is, if you have a piece of paper and a pen, just take it out, or you can even use your mobile phone. Now imagine that you have a child and you have to give him or her one piece of advice based on all the life experiences that you have had in your 25 years, 30 years, 40 years of your journey. Just one advice. What is that one advice that you want to give to your child? Write that down. Then in the next line, just write the reason that why do you want to give that advice to your child. Just one line. Like, why is that advice or that message so necessary for your child to learn that? Now, once you're through with that, you can start detailing about that particular story. Now, what just happened is that you all got a speech skeleton. You now have a speech skeleton, and now you can work on this skeleton. As we go forward, I'll tell you, but now you have at least a speech skeleton. How many of you wrote something? Come on, how many of you wrote something? A lot of you. Because we know, right, there's just so much that we want to tell to our children, especially me, because I think I'm cool, and I want my child to learn all the things from me. So, you have to treat your audience like your children, something that you would want to share with them. And once you possess that mindset, I feel writing speech becomes a cakewalk. So, formula number 2. Free flow and be ready to note your thoughts. Now, the best ideas that I've had those ideas when I was absolutely doing something which was not related to speech writing. Now, what I do is, in my Gmail app, I have a draft saved where I write all the ideas as they strike me. And trust me, the best ideas I've had were either I was sitting on a toilet seat or I was high. And both the times I had my phone with me. In fact, when my girlfriend and I started dating, every time I got some idea, I used to take out my phone and start writing it. And my girlfriend used to make so much fun of me. But she gave me so much content that I got so many ideas that I had to write them. And now she has been a Toastmaster for over a year. Now we both do that. So you have to be ready that as soon as the idea strikes, you can just note it. Because the best ideas come to us when we are not doing that particular thing. Do you agree with me? All right. Now let's come to the second section, directing CID. Come on, make some noise if you have seen CID. Come on. Ah, all you murder mystery solvers. All right. So let's decode CID. What is CID? C is the content. I is the innovation. And D is the delivery. So that is why I call it CID. So the content is like ACV Pradyuman. Delivery is like Inspector Abhijit. And something that gels both of them is innovation, the Daya. Because you have to break the doors of creativity so that you can present your content and delivery in the most beautiful manner. So just like they say that content is the king, without a good quality content, there is no speech. And delivery, you may have the most beautiful things to say, but tell it in the wrong way, as said by Mohammad Khatani. And innovation is that glue that brings both the things together in the most beautiful manner. So let's talk about the first 6 steps of writing the speech. The first step to writing a speech is finalize the message. Always start with the what message you want to give to your audience, to your children. Second step is prepare the speech skeleton. I already told you how you can prepare the speech skeleton. So prepare the speech skeleton. The third step to it is that identify and write down all the stories that you would want to share based on the lesson that you want to convey to the audience. The fourth step to it is identify and describe the characters that will be there in your speech. It could be your mother, your father, your pet, your brother. Yeah, well, pet and brother are the same things. Sorry, bro. But identify and describe all the characters that will be there. The fifth step, prepare the first draft ASAP. Write the first 800 or 1000 words as soon as possible. And the sixth step is that once you have the first draft, we will start the fine-tuning of that content. Because like they say, that speeches are written, but great speeches are rewritten. The speech that I gave at district level, I think it was the 45th edit from the when I started from the club level. So I had revised that speech 45 times. So just focus on writing the first draft as soon as possible. All right, so divide your speech in 5 parts. What I do is that I always divide my entire speech in 5 major parts. The first part is to set the speech context. Then it's the greeting of the audience. Before we greet the audience, I like to set the context of the speech. Then I start talking about the main story. Then if you have any supporting story, then relating all the stories with the message, and then finally giving the conclusion. Of course, the number of words and everything can be customized based on your preferences, but this is the generic way. I divide the entire speech in 5 formats and I individually start working on those 5 formats. So this helps me in making each and every part of the speech really good. Then let's talk about the types of speeches. How many of you have seen Power of Words by Mohammad Khatani, the World Champion of Public Speaking 2015? Amazing. How many of you have seen Aaron Beverly's 2016 speech when he was the first runner-up? Not the winning speech, but the first runner-up. Okay, I'll tell you the fundamental difference between these 2 types of speeches. So if we talk about Aaron Beverly's speech, in the first 40 seconds, the audience exactly knew about what the message was, and he just started building on that, around that. So the message of his speech was that it's not how much we speak, it is what we speak. So before greeting the audience knew that what he's going to speak about. talking about Mohammad Khatani's speech, he did not give away the message just like that. He started with a prop, he did some dramatizations, and after the first half of his speech, he started giving the conclusion that what exactly the crux of the speech was. So there's no right or wrong format, it's just the type of preference. Okay, what not to do while writing your content. So we have done what things we should follow, but let's talk about what not to do. Don't give a speech without a message. See, if there's no takeaway for the audience, it is just you have collectively wasted a lot of time for the audience. So don't give a speech without a message. Don't have more than one message. I cannot stress so much on this point. Because a lot of times we focus that we want to tell this, we want to tell that, and we just spoil the entire dish, the entire speech that we want to prepare. So just focus on one message. Always remember one or none. Okay? Don't use overcomplicated language. Don't try to be Shashi Tharoor. Honestly, because when you try to use overcomplicated language, it some way disconnects the audience from you. So know your audience and use the language appropriately. Use KISS approach. How many of you know KISS, not the one that Samir is thinking about? Okay, KISS means keep it simple, silly. Just keep it simple. We all like simple things, don't we? People with complicated relationships are smiling right now. Just kidding. Okay, don't put controversial references. Don't talk about politics, don't talk about complicated and controversial topics, because no matter how good the speech might be, but there will be a certain set of perception that the audience will make of you. So just avoid that. Number 5, don't ignore your audience. I remember that I prepared a humorous speech 5-6 years back, and it worked tremendously well in my own club. But then I went to a corporate club and I gave the exact same speech and I failed terribly. Because the audience did not relate to even my one joke. Because before that I had given the speech in a crowd of where the average age was 25, there the average age was 45. So there was a disconnect with the audience. So don't ignore your audience while writing your speech. Alright, now let's come to delivery, and we all know what are the 5 major things that make up the delivery: voice modulation, eye contact, expression, stage movement, and gestures. Most of us know that. And today I'm just going to share one technique with you that how you can revise all these things with just one technique. And that technique is infamously known as the Hitler's technique. How many of you are aware about this technique? How many of you? 3-4 people. Now Hitler was one of the finest public speakers the world has witnessed. I'm not celebrating him in any way, but he was one of the finest orators that the world saw. Now, he was not a good public speaker initially. So what he started to do was, every day in front of the mirror, after waking up and before sleeping, for 15 minutes, he used to recite his speech. And every time he was reciting the speech, he was adding or removing some variation. And he was looking himself in front of the mirror. So while doing that, he was playing with the voice modulation, he used to play with his expressions, gestures, and at every instance, he was just reciting that same speech over and over and over and over again. And then after a few months, he used to change the entire content of it. And personally, I used this technique for 2 long years in the initial days of my Toastmasters. I was very fortunate that my mentor shared this technique with me, and it tremendously helped me. So if you want to improve your delivery, any aspect of your delivery, use Hitler's technique, and it will take care of all the aspects of the delivery. All right, now comes to the section 3, the secrets that all of you were looking forward to. That how you can be innovative and how you can glue your content and delivery and present it in the most beautiful manner. Secret number 1, use props. Please use props. In probably 8 years of my journey, I have given around 43 or 44 speeches, and in more than 80% of those, I have used props. And 7 out of 10 World Championship winning speeches have had props in them. Because props help you open the doors of creativity. You can practically connect your bathroom, your toothbrush to a life lesson. I mean, how beautiful is that? So use props, and trust me, the props create the kind of entertainment a prop can create you cannot even imagine. In 2017 or 2018, I gave a speech named Slap, where I was using my specs as props. So I was just slapping myself, and my spec used to fail, and I used to wear a new specs. Even today, people who know me from that time, they do not remember what the message was or what I spoke about. They just remember my prop. And even till date, people tell me that you slapped yourself and you used specs as your props. Very recently, I gave a speech by the name of Bottle of Beer. Everyone now refers me to that as the boxer guy or the bottle of beer guy. So, props create that visual imagery which becomes very tough to forget. Okay, how to select a prop? Any suggestions how to select a prop? Just look around. It's that simple. Just go to your home. I'm pretty sure there are hundreds of things that are just lying around. And pick out anything. From your toothbrush to your pen, anything. Just look around. You can make anything your prop and you can relate it with the message. So try to be creative and try to use and include props in your speech. All right. The secret number 2, which very recently even I discovered and I used it during my contest journey, and that is map your speech. How many of you are aware about speech mapping? How many of you know about speech mapping? Few of you, the ones I told in the previous meeting. All right, so speech mapping is a technique. So I would first of all like to thank the entire district director for organizing special sessions by world champions of public speaking for all the district speakers. And Mark Brown talked about this. He's the world champion of public speaking in 1995. And this was my biggest takeaway from the entire session. Every sentence that you are speaking, you must know where you will be on stage. While you are walking, what sentence you are speaking. While you are standing in center, what you are speaking. Everything should be mapped. And this particular thing tremendously helped me. Now when I try to write my speech, I cannot write my speech without mapping my speech. So try to include speech mapping. If you want my notes of my speech mapping, I can share with you. I can share with the organizing team and they can probably roll it in the public group. All right, and the third and the most important secret. Amaze the crowd in the first 30 seconds. Amaze the crowd in the first 30 seconds. In the first 30 seconds, audience decides whether they want to listen to your rest of the speech or not. And I would like to quote certain references here. Daniel Lacroix, how many of you have listened to his speech? Ouch, 2001 winner. He was literally lying on the ground for 20 seconds. And from there, he wished contest chair. It was so freaking good and cool. Mohammad Khatani came on stage, tried to light a cigarette. Classic example of first 30 seconds. Aaron Beverly, unbelievable story. A black man came to the stage wearing an Indian attire. His entire attire was the prop. And he was talking about an Indian context wedding, an Indian wedding. I mean, when I was listening to that, I was so amazed. How many of you have seen this speech? So beautiful and so nicely put. And the most amazing speech. Come on. Bottle of Beer by Shrey Saxena. So, you know that the first 30 seconds are very, very crucial. And the first 30 seconds can actually determine whether the audience is with you or they are not with you. With this, let's quickly revise the 3 secrets of becoming a great performer. Number 1, say with me. Number 2. And number 3. With this, I wish all of you a good luck, and I want all of you to focus on becoming a performer, and the speaker in you will automatically ignite. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shrey, for a cracker of a session.